Yeah, so that's the other person to return was Randy Orton. He came back at Survivor Series. He was already announced, and then he came, kind of tore the house down, got a huge pop, huge reaction. What's your relationship like with Randy, and how do you overall think of him as a worker?
Oh, he's great. He's definitely, a top level, top echelon wrestler, over like hell. The Office definitely is behind him. I've known Randy since he was a little bratty pain in the ass, peeking over the stall while I'm in the crapper going,
Oh my god, I hear that. I bet you're like, all right, that's enough.
um,
I like Randy.
you know, and I've helped him with a lot of things, through I wrestled him a lot, and I was a little flattered to learn that he listened to me, not just in the ring, but even like one time we were warming up before a show, and I saw him doing these lung expansion exercises, and I said, "That's great." I said, "That's great. You force the air in, stretch your lungs out like a balloon so that they're not tight and stretched out the first time when you're out there gasping for air." I said, "Most people don't do that."
Yeah.
And I said, "That's great." And he said, "Yeah, I got it from you." I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense."
I was going to ask you too, because we talked about you stretching and all that stuff beforehand. Did you have a lot of wrestlers coming up to you and seeking your advice when it comes to stretching and stuff like that? Or
Not so much advice, a little bit, yeah. Sometimes some wrestlers would say, "Hey, how do you stretch this spot?" Whatever. I remember Matt Seidel one time, saying, "Hey, how do you get I think they call your solar flexors, whatever the fuck." And,
yeah,
so I was like, "Well, you're comfortable doing this?" And then there's this one. I showed him a few, and he's like, "Yeah, right there, I got it." And I was like, "No problem." That happens often. I would have wrestlers tell me, like, "Man, I need to start stretching with you, Rob. I know you stretch every day, huh? And I got to start doing this with you." And sometimes a wrestler might even join me 1 or 2 days, and then they would usually like not come back at all. For most people, a stretch is just a warm up. For me, it's a complete workout.
yeah,
And that's why it's hard for me to get it in now when I'm not wrestling. When I'm wrestling every day, I got to feel like I'm at my best to go out there and be the whole effing show. But like on days off, sometimes it's hard to get a whole extra workout in of stretching with everything else that I got planned for the day. And so I find, that's an unfortunate fact of my schedule. When I do wrestle and then I do my stretch routine before my match, I'm always thinking like, damn, I need to do this more often so that because I used to not know why everyone else didn't do it. I'd be like, it feels so good to stretch, man. It's like it's amazing, and kind of like what other people feel, I guess, when they go to a masseuse. Because like there's people that do massages at the arena, like there's local volunteers, and I that's one thing that I never do. One of the many things that makes me unique. I probably get a massage once every 2 or 3 years, and I don't enjoy it when I do. I can't wait for it to be over.
yeah.
Like, it's the whole thing. Someone's hands on me. It takes a long time, especially like if I'm doing it, it's because I got a pulled muscle in my back. I don't need this.
You don't need to. Yeah.
Um, anyway, the whole experience, I can't wait for it to be over. And I feel like all of my peers are the opposite. Like every wrestler that I know treats their experience like they visited a brothel. They'll be like, "Oh my God, did you try the masseuse? You didn't have her yet? Oh my God, bro,
Yeah.
dude, she's amazing."